Krista Marie, and this is live. I am doing Mistress Mondays. I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. Bravo's Mistress Mondays. So we are here live on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Sorry. Also, if you are listening on the Who Started You On podcast side, I'm here every Monday and Friday, and I'm recording these live, so you'll see the crazy live. So I am doing these live, and there's nobody here yet, so I'll give you guys a little bit. I'm going to do Bravo's Mistress Mondays. We're going to do Southern Charm, and we are going to talk about Austin and Taylor, because this is the week after Olivia's brother passes away, Connor, and everybody's getting together, but they just don't, they're not getting together and doing like big parties because everybody's grieving, obviously. But through the episode, it gets pretty apparent that Madison does not like Taylor. She's not fucking with Taylor at all. Like, she just doesn't trust her. I don't blame her. Like, I wouldn't trust her either. So it's getting pretty dicey. And, her and Shep are hanging out, which I think is really a fucking bad idea, obviously. Because, he doesn't want to be with her. He doesn't even want to sleep with her, actually. He just wants to hang out with her, which is kind of strange because it's like, why are you, I don't know. Like, Shep's weird to me. It bothers me with him. But I'm going to recap a little bit of the episode, but I'm just going to go over the parts that are related to, Olivia and Taylor. And the fact that she has hooked up with Austin. And I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's not as bad as Scandoval. Hey, hi, reality connoisseur. Sorry, I was a little bit late, but yeah. So throughout the episode, see, what bothers me about Taylor is that she is really cocky in her confessionals. So when Olivia goes back and she's got to watch the episode that was taping, she's going to see the confessionals. And in the confessionals, in the very beginning, Taylor's like, well, they weren't together. Like, she was very cocky about it, and it did not sit well with me at all. And the fact that Austin is just walking around acting like, he didn't do anything wrong, and, he's just selfish. To me, Austin is one selfish MFer. And the fact that he has been forgiven by Shep is amazing to me, right? So this is the week after Connor dies. Now, Olivia's brother Connor died. He passed away. It was something to do with Lyme disease. That's what it said. So, it was like his 32nd birthday as they were taping. Hey, Shay, I miss your face. Oh, I miss your face. Yeah. So, like I said, guys, if you're on the Who Started You On podcast side and you're listening, and you want to see the crazy live, come over here, because I'm a freaking goddamn mess every time I'm here. I don't get it together at all, in case you haven't noticed. At least with the episodes, though, over on YouTube. I mean, I can do it on YouTube too, but on Apple and Spotify, I have chapters. It's like it lists the whole thing. Like, it goes through with timestamps. And so every Friday at 12 o'clock, 12:15 ish, come here for Who Started You On. Obviously, that is the Housewives Who Started You On. And this is like just a fun, and I called it Bravo's Mistress Mondays because I was trying to do it Mistress because of the non-Bravo show or non-Housewife shows. But it seems like the non-Housewife shows have mistresses on them. So it's just working out. And then I'm going to go over oh my God, Tom Sandovals Podcast. I don't know. I was watching Jolene Lunzer last night when she was live talking about Beverly Hills. And I said, oh my God, guys, I'm starting to watch Tom's podcast and I'm falling for his horse shit. Like, and she lost it. So I'm going to go over it with you guys. I'm only going to go over the two episodes that I really liked. It was Dr. Drew and Nikki Glazer, the comedian. So, all right. So it's about Southern Charm, first of all. So they're Olivia and Shep are hanging out, okay? They're going to hang out with little Craig, and she introduces her dog, Taylor and Shep. Now, they were together for 7 freaking years, and she has lost her effing mind over this breakup. And I know it's like we didn't ever talk. She's lost her effing mind over this breakup. Like, she sent nudes to Whitney, and I don't know. Like, Shep just keeps like glossing over all this, and he acts like it's okay. they meet up with the dogs, and it's cute. Like when she had seen little Craig last week, or was it the week before, the episode before, Chef started crying, which I thought was kind of cute, but I'm like, he misses the family life with her, and I don't know why he doesn't like be in a relationship. I'm to each their own, but he's being awfully forgiving. Like, he is just acting like nothing has happened. On the other hand, the women, like Madison's getting pissed. Madison's like, look, like, I'm looking at her accordingly. I'm looking at her like she should be looked at, right? So before they even go to this dinner, so instead of having a grand opening, that guy JT, who I think is a stalker, I'm just gonna put this out there. The dude is a stalker. Like, I truly feel like he watched the show and was like, I want to hang out with these guys. I'm going to get a bunch of money, which he was probably rich or something. He moves to Charleston, and he starts getting like all these properties and hanging out at the bars. And then he starts hanging out with, like, I don't know, guys. I just think that it's weird. He's just there. At least he's not Pringle. Pringle was so fucking annoying. Pringle was gross, right? I hate my camera angle. Pringle was gross. So anyway, Shep and Taylor meet up, and they talk about, like, he asks her what the next steps are going to be for her and Olivia. Now, because Olivia's brother died, but she also hooked up with her dude, Austin, which is so weird to watch them two have this conversation. And he's just like, you were broken, and I did a number on you, which is true. Like, he did. He really did. Like, I just feel like he's delusional, and I don't know. He thinks that all they did was kiss, her and Austin, and I don't believe it. I don't believe it for one freaking second. I think they had sex. And even if they had sex, right? Why I don't know. I guess, like, there's no excuse for Austin at all. But, Olivia and Taylor were like best friends, right? So why the fuck? It's not like you were, he was not in a bad place with Olivia because he broke up with her. So I don't know. Like, Madison has every right to be saying shit to her, but the fact that they said it at the dinner, which I'm going to get to, it's JT's dinner, this stalker guy. It was a little much. Craig thinks that Austin is his hanging out with Olivia, not hanging out with her, but he was like, calling her and like, sending his condolences, which she was appreciative because, if you guys don't know this, Austin also lost a sibling. He was 7, his sister was 10, and they went to some place in the mountains, and she fell off a cliff and passed away, and it's very sad. And we've known that about Austin, but I don't know if that has nothing to do with his behavior. But him and Olivia have that in common now, which is sad. It's sad to say. It's a sad club to be in, to be a member of. Losing a sibling. I haven't physically lost a sibling, but there's one out there that I haven't spoke to in years, and it's hard. But so they go to Whitney. So all right. So Whitney invites them over, right? So Whitney has a party, like a get together, right? And Rodrigo shows up. Austin's there. Shep's there, of course. JT, and they're talking about the fact that Rod told Austin about him and Olivia, which him and Olivia are dating. Craig thinks that it's weird. Craig thinks that it's muddying the waters, which I think it is too. But then again, who the hell is Austin anyway? Like, he's hooked up with Taylor, so it's like, fuck him, right? But it's just crazy because I don't know, how do they proceed? Like, how do you proceed in this friend group? I mean, Sandoval is pretty bad. Like, think about Sandoval, right? Like, there's no way that Rachel Raquel is ever going to come back into that group. But they have to be around Sandoval, right? So I'm going to get to that part when we talk about Sandoval. But the thing with Austin is he has fucked over Shep so many fucking times. And he just wants to be there for Olivia. But I feel like Craig's right. Like Craig said, when she looks back, she's going to look back on this time and she's going to remember the what you did to her during this. I don't know. I guess, like, think about, like, oh, you did me dirty and then my brother passed away. I don't know. Craig is just saying a lot. I don't know. He just feels like Austin should leave her alone at the moment. And I don't know what I feel about that. It's up to Olivia, because in the end of this, like, when they get to JT's dinner, they are still like, Taylor and her are like just tabling the incident at the moment, because Olivia said, like, Taylor said, I want to be there for her and I can't. And Olivia's like, Taylor's trying to be there for me. It's just, she's like, I just want to deal with it, like me and her, you know. Um, but like again, the women are not having it. Like Madison loses it. Madison is married, she's married now, and I love her husband. I love her son Hudson. I think he's the cutest thing in the world. They keep throwing these scenes in with Madison. I want Madison to be there. Hello. Hey Terry, I want Madison to be there. But everybody's like, oh, why is she there? Why is she there? I think she's important to the show. She shows up to the events, and she is married now, right? But she's like the voice of reason, I guess. Like she said, like, I'm treating Taylor as, accordingly, like the way she acts accordingly, like you're acting like you're holier than thou. You are not. You have, you're trying to tell us about being friends. Like we're not real friends to Olivia, but here you are macking on her dude. Like she's just coming out and saying it. Like she comes out and says it at the party, at this get together thing that JT has. Because at Whitney's, everybody gets drunk. So it's like Whitney has this like get together right before the party or dinner. And it's just another like talking all about what happened with Austin, talking about what happened with Olivia and him. And then him and Taylor, it's like, what do you guys do with it? Like Shep wants to just forget about it. Shep is like, I don't know. Like I said, she was broken and it just figured, she just sent nudes to Whitney. And this is another thing with that. Now, Patricia, Whitney's mom, who I can't stand. She is the creator of the show or the like something executive producer, and so is Whitney, right? Why she brought it up on camera about the nudes, and Whitney actually showed them to Craig and a lot of people. And I don't like that. I feel like that was bad. I feel like that was really fucked up. Isn't that kind of like sharing, I don't know, sharing like sex porn, like porn, or I don't know. But, she sent it to Taylor. I mean, she sent it to Whitney, and somehow everybody saw it. And yes, please hit the like button, guys. I forgot to say all that. Hit the like, comment, subscribe. Again, it's Monday, so I'm not all with it right now. Trying. I'm all over the place. Like, I know I'm all over the place, but during, like, before this, though, actually, like, the get-together that they had Venita's, when Taylor calls and says, I'm on my way, and Venita says, I don't think you should come. No, this is for her. We're going to support Olivia, and, your emotions are all over the place, and maybe you shouldn't be here. And Taylor's like, well, I am her friend. And I'm like, Venita, shut up. Like, I understand what Venita's saying, but again, this is Olivia, and if Olivia doesn't mind Taylor being there, then fine. Because at this point, it's like she's mourning her brother. She doesn't need any extra drama. And Taylor not being invited is going to create extra drama, right? It's different if she decides not to go to these events, but she's not. Like, she's going, and it's not like everybody's being like nice. The second that Taylor walks in the room, of course, everybody starts talking about the pictures. Venita makes a big scene about it. Madison tells her, because Madison just finds out. Then Leva comes in, and then Leva finds out. It's like, the only people that supposedly, so Patricia, reality connoisseur, this is what happened. Whitney got nudes from Taylor. Taylor somehow, I guess it was just Whitney she sent them to, okay? It's okay, Tara. So she brings it up on, so I guess Whitney doesn't tell anybody, right? I guess he does privately, he tells Craig. And of course he tells Patricia. So during the episode, Patricia goes, well, how about the nudes that she sent to you? And he was like, well, you didn't see anything. And Craig's like, well, you showed me. And he's like, and Craig said, I don't feel appropriate seeing this. I don't want to look. Madison somehow saw them. I'm assuming that Madison saw them because she's friends with Patricia. And I'm assuming Patricia saw them because Patricia has them somehow. Whitney was supposed to delete them, and I guess he didn't. So I don't understand. Like, I don't know if there's anything that, I don't know what they can do. So apparently Whitney shared it with Craig, and then apparently so did Madison saw it. And Madison said, I saw your P and your T, and it said, come one, come all, was the caption. I feel horrible for Taylor because at the moment, so she's at the dinner, and this is the dinner that JT has. So It's supposed to be for Olivia, but everybody at the table's talking about her, right? So she brings it up, after she talks to Shep. Oh my God, she talks to Shep about it. Well, Shep talks to her about it. Shep goes, I heard you he says it real calmly. And he's like, I feel like you wouldn't do it. Shep's being a super understanding. He's the one who should be flipping out. He's not. And they sit down. Hey, Mimi, I'm so glad you're here. You guys know, I'm trying not to be a mess today. But, he says to her, like, I know that you don't really want to do that. And Taylor's like, well, I'll show my tits right now to the whole place. And I'm like, no. What is that shadow behind me? That's weird. Do you guys see that shadow behind me on the blue wall? Okay. Let me know if you see any, like, weird orbs or anything, guys. If you see any orbs or anything behind me, can you let me know? Because I don't know where that shadow is coming from. But anyway, so yeah. So at the table, she addresses it after she tells Shep that she doesn't give a shit. She'll flash the whole party. And then she says, look, there's some pictures that you guys are talking about. Apparently everybody's talking about me. And I just want to address it now that there was some nudes that I had sent to Whitney. And is that better? No, it's not better. I sent to Whitney and, you couldn't see anything or something like that. And then all of a sudden Craig and Madison say, well, no, we saw everything. So to me, then they were shown to them. So I don't know because they weren't illegally obtained, you know what I mean? However, isn't it considered unsolicited porn when you send somebody something they didn't ask for? Porn that they don't, you know what I mean? That they're not, that they're getting, I don't know. You guys love it. Oh, you guys are so cool. But anyway, so Taylor addresses it and the whole entire table just stops talking. And Madison goes and says the whole thing. And Taylor's face at that moment was when I felt bad for her. She was like, oh, really? Because Madison's like, well, I saw everything or something like that. And Taylor's like, you know what? Really, Whitney? And then she's like, I'm tired of being the topic of conversation. I'm going to just address this now. And then Madison goes, well, act accordingly or something like that. So, and then Taylor's like, okay, fine. And that's where it ends. But Shep actually jumps in and goes, everybody please. And Olivia both actually say, can you guys just leave her alone? Blah, 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 blah. She's like, I was broken. I haven't been the best version of myself. Can you please just give me grace? And basically that's where it ends. But, JT ends up saying something to Austin, really cocky, for yelling at Madison. This dude, I think he's a stalker, guys. I feel like JT is a stalker. I feel like wherever he is from, like I said before, he saw the show and he's like, I want to go hang out with those guys, right? And gets all this money, I guess, or had money, and he goes and he goes to Charleston and he opens up all these businesses. Opens up all these businesses. I feel like the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow Man with this goddamn sweater, guys. Isn't it huge? Jesus Christ, it looks like a fucking marshmallow. Anyway, that's what I feel like he did. I feel like he started hanging out at the bars and he was like, I'm gonna hang out with these guys, and got into the inner circle somehow. I don't know if it's that hard. I don't know, but he's not from there. But Rod is, and so is Rodrigo, and we like them. I like these new people. I feel like Vanita doesn't fit in, and I don't know what Whitney's problem was. I'm gonna drop the call link. I know nobody, you guys probably don't want to call, but I'll drop it anyway if anybody does want to call and discuss when I get into Sandoval. Yes, I'm gonna go over his podcast because I'm an idiot. I'm falling for his horse shit. Oh no, I just say, oh my God, I can't post that. Oh God, I just posted a whole transcript in my comment section. Yeah, that sucks. So I can't post any comments. I can't post a call link unless I get rid of that. Anyway, I'll have to keep doing that. But yeah, so she looks crushed, basically. She looks crushed when Madison said that. I know that she was crushed when, Shep and her broke up. But like I said before, they weren't even, she knew he was never going to marry her, right? It wasn't a secret. Oh, now I can post it. It wasn't a secret, right? So let me just post and see what happens. I hope that's not a lot. Okay, yeah, don't ignore that. But, he didn't want to get married. And he said that a million times, right? So when he and they're together, and like they're not talking about marriage, and she's like living with him 6 days a night, and nothing else is. There it is. Here's the call link. Hey, Aiko. I just put the call in link. So like I feel like Taylor would have, and Taylor was fine with Shep and not getting married because she was with him for 6 years, right? 7 years. So 6 nights a week, right? And maybe he was cheating on her, right? But like that wasn't anything that she knew that, right? Like she knew that. And I guess I think it was society that made her feel like she had to get married, and just a lot of like pressure from the show. People on the show were like making comments of like, you have to get married, blah blah blah. No, he's cheating on you. It was just crazy, guys. Like it was absolutely nuts, the fact that they were fine and happy and like everything was great with her, and then all of a sudden, somebody says something about him cheating, and they break up. I don't know like why, really, who broke up with who, but I know that she said she wanted to work it out. So her being that hurt and hooking up with, you don't blame her. You really think, see, and another thing is too how young she is. Like she really thought that he was the one. Right? Even if they never got married. You don't think she would have been fine with it? I mean, she was fine with it for 6 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like it was, you don't really need, think about like, you don't really need that piece of paper, right? Like it's I guess it's nice if you get a will and you put everything in the will and like make sure that person can make medical decisions on your behalf. But think about the people that couldn't get married in this country for so long, that were in love and couldn't get married, right? What would they have done? They were fine. They were happy. So I feel like they would have been okay, like I just think everybody else wanted them to get married. I don't know. And having the cool thing with having kids, I guess maybe eventually that she would have maybe had a baby, and I guess Shep would have been okay with it. I really don't know. But he doesn't really want to. Right. I know. I do. I do, because guess what, guys? She was only 29. I didn't know that. I had no idea how much younger she is than Shep, and how, like, for her first relationship, apparently, right? His first relationship ever, and probably the only one he'll ever have. So she's Rachel Raquel's age. So I just don't like the cockiness in her confessionals about everything. Like, why are you so cocky about it? Like, you did something so fucked up. She's even cocky about the nudes. She said, God made us, blah, blah, blah. We were made, like some kind of stuff. And like, I understand that she feels very betrayed and she feels very hurt. And so the comments are her just sticking up for herself, but they don't make, they don't really, it's not the fact that you sent nudes, Taylor. It's the fact that who you sent them to. It's like homie hopping. We don't want to homie hop. Remember who did that? Catherine. Unfortunately, Catherine's been with all of them. Yeah, marriage is overrated. You can live together and act as a married couple, and basically you do that anyway. I mean, I did. I mean, me and my husband are still on our first date. Okay, literally still on our first date. I came here one day and I'm still here. Like, and the thing is, I also did not want to. I was also okay with not getting married, right? I guess. And that's another thing. Like, they went on like they traveled wherever, she quit her job. But I don't understand if he was going to support her then. Like, when he asked her to quit her job, was he planning on supporting her too? Like, I guess, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess, right? But the fact that they broke up, and I don't know, I guess she broke up with him, but she still wanted to be with him. Like, she wanted to work it out. And he didn't. And he doesn't. And like he said, he wasn't in love with her on the reunion. Clearly in this episode, he feels bad. Madison's talking shit on her, Lev is talking to her, and they know that they're like, this is not who you are. Like, this, you're not acting like yourself. And like, she's not, she's obviously not. And I didn't know how, like, she was she goes to church every Sunday and all that crap. I don't know. Like, to me, like, whatever, it is what it is. But I didn't expect this out of her. But I also see how devastated she is, because I forgot how young she is. And that, to me, that makes a difference, right? I don't know. But thank you guys for commenting about, talking about the Southern Charm. It's kind of getting in. Like, I don't know. This is one of my favorite shows, but it's just getting, I don't know, to me. It's boring. Like, we know what happened. I don't know why, like, people aren't making a bigger deal out of it, I guess. I don't know. I guess because Shep's not. And I didn't even really know, like, a lot of this was even happening. I thought, no way is there, like, another scandal, right? No way is there another scandal. And, yeah, we're watching Southern Charm. I'm almost done. I'm going to start talking about Tom Sandovals Podcast. I got yelled at last night by Jolene. Mimir, weren't you there? Were you in the chat last night? I forget. I saw you in the chat somewhere, I thought. I was in somebody's chat, but I was in Jolene Lunzer's chat last night. Let me share this with her real quick. This live with her. And I said that I said, oh my God, you're never gonna, you're gonna kill me. I'm like, please do not send me on a live eyes. But guess what? I'm getting into Tom. I'm starting to understand Tom and why he did what he did. And she's like, you gotta stop it. He's, he had Dr. Phil, she was saying why the reason that Dr. Drew was there. She said it's a whole setup. The reason that he has the comedian Nikki Glazer, which those are the two episodes I'm gonna talk about because I liked her episodes. And it's not like he is interviewing them. They're interviewing Tom. But me too, Shay. But we were married when I did it though. You know what I mean? And even if we weren't, if we never got married, he at one point he just said, my husband said, my mental health, I had to work on my mental health. And, unfortunately, he's been in his job 27 years, my husband. He's going to retire soon. Not soon, but I don't know, 10 years or some shit like that. But he's been in his job so long, and I had to work on my mental health. So that's why I stayed home. And we didn't have kids or anything. I mean, we're older. I married him when I was 36. It's almost 10 years. But yeah, if you can afford to do that, but Taylor, I guess he would have stayed home, and I guess she would have just, he must have, she also has the money from the show. I forgot about that guy. She has the money from the show. Yeah, it's her first big heartbreak. Exactly, reality connoisseur. She said, I think it's Taylor's first big heartbreak. She's devastated, has lost. Yeah, she wants to hurt. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what she's doing. And the women are not being gracious about it. Not at all. And I don't know if I expect them to be or not. I feel like maybe they should be a little more understanding. You lost your independence. Now, Shay, let me ask you a question. Now you're saying your situation, you lived a good life. Right. But same here. You have a good life. When you say you lost your independence, what do you mean that? I guess you mean making your own money and stuff like that instead of in heaven. Now, see, I run my bank account. My husband barely touches our bank accounts. He doesn't even tell you. He has no idea what's in the bank. I pay all the bills. He puts the money in there and I pay all the bills. But I have a shopping problem as well. But that's the thing. We've had the same bank account for 10 years. And I've always paid all the bills. We don't really have any. So whatever we have, I pay out of it. And then I do, the money that I make from the podcast goes in it. The money I make, if I make money on YouTube, it goes in there. If I monetize, it goes in there. I mean, I have I have income that goes in there. So I've always had an income going in there. Before this, I worked. So, but it's not but I can go work if I want to. It's just I have what I'm doing here, I could work and, I wanted, no, I guess I couldn't work, but I'm very focused on my gardens. You guys know, my plants, they're my life. If I'm not doing the podcast, I'm not doing this, I'm out there doing that. So I have stuff that I'm doing, I have stuff to focus on. I do the crafts. You see the stuff behind me. I made every single craft in my house, out of other things wood that was outside. Those 3 things behind me, I made out of our, fence posts that we just took down. So it's I have stuff that I'm focusing on, and, so me staying home or him asking me staying home isn't a bad thing. But I understand, you meant you lost your independence, but you had a good life. Now you in your house, right? You bought your house. What? Girl, thank you. But I am 46. Actually, me and my husband had an argument the other day. Actually, I'm not 46. I'm 45. I will be 46, right? I was born in 1977. Guys, tell me how old I am. December 1st, 1977. And next month, right? I'm going to be 46. But thank you. I do look like I'm in my mid-30s. Oh, I love you for that. I could tell you a secret, but then I mean, I don't care. I actually have had a lot of work done to my face this year. Just recently, I had about $7,500 in Botox and fillers. So that did work. That helped. It kind of lifted my face a little bit. I'm not done yet, but I didn't do before and afters because I was like, I didn't want to really say anything about it. But now, did you have to work though, Shay? Like, after you guys, like, I guess you got divorced, right? Yeah, I understand that though. Terry, I've mentioned, yeah. I don't like, oh God, I don't like, see, I don't, see, my whole thing is I wouldn't travel. So you don't, I'm not quitting my job. I mean, I'm not traveling anyway. I'm not a traveler. I unfortunately live in this Jersey bubble and I don't like to leave it. I don't even like to leave my house. Like, I don't leave. Oh, you weren't married. Okay. Thank you. Do I really though? I don't know. Thank you though. I think so too. I got lips too. I'm going to do a tiny bit more. Dana's here. Oh my God, let me say, dear Dana, I know that was you. Oh, how many missed comments? Oh, anyway, I did post the link, but yeah, I don't like to travel, so I'm not going to BravoCon. And BravoCon is this week, right? Mocha Rain, hello. Oh my God, everybody. Look who's made an appearance. Mocha Rain, I have missed you. I thought about you a lot. I love you guys. Look at you guys. Look, Mocha Rain and your Dana is here. It's my spiritual team, guys. They're spiritual team. You do want lip injections? In the very beginning, I wasn't getting them. I was just getting because I don't smoke or anything. Well, I do. I smoke weed. But I don't want to give you guys a close-up of my face. But I needed this. I've always had these bags under here. And I needed a little bit more of a lift right here. I just want a tiny bit more. I used to sit on Adam's camera and go like this the whole time. Like pull my face back. Mocha Rain. It does take work. You don't understand what I go through in the morning or before my lives. This hair is not even mine. Half of it's fake. The makeup. I'm Jersey. I don't like to travel. So I don't get like cabin fever because I live at basically at the shore. Like that is our vacation. Like I'll do staycations, like we have houses there. So it's like, I just sometimes, everything's at my house and I never really leave my house, but sometimes staying home, I'm like, man, I should just get a real job, but I'm not. I'm here. But I'm going to talk about I know. I'm so glad you stopped in. But I'm going to start talking about Sandovals Podcast, okay? Oh, yeah, hugs. I love all of you guys. Yeah, please hit the like button. I don't know if anybody's hitting the like button. I haven't checked. Guys, oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, turn that down. Yeah, guys, please hit the like button and share it. But let's get into Tom Sandovals Podcast, guys. Okay. Now, just bear with me because I was falling for him. Not that I was falling for his crap. I was trying to understand what is happening with the cast. Like, are they forgiven him? Have they forgiven him? Are they doing it for the show so they have a paycheck? Like, just pretending to be filming with him, right? I don't know. But so he's on the podcast. He starts his own podcast called Everybody Loves Tom. And the first episode is him introducing himself again. It's actually Jason Bader, his producer. Jason Bader is the drummer in his band, I think, right? And is the one who knew everything about Scandal. What was happening. And this is basically nothing but therapy for Tom. Okay. So Dr. Drew comes on. Now you have Schwartz there. Schwartz is like, at first he looked like a hanger-oner, right? And he's just like hanging out in the background and he's making comments. And so Dr. Drew's there. Now they were both on special forces. That's how he met Dr. Drew. He does a narcissist test, Tom Sandoval. He does a narcissist test before he even does this episode. This isn't the first episode. Dr. Drew comes on. It's episode 4. He had a couple people in between. I didn't really know who they were, so I watched them, but these were the two that I liked the best. 4 and 5, which is Dr. Drew and Nikki Glazier, comedian. I know, it's what I feel. Shay, see, Jolene was like, no, he's doing this because, but listen, I do see how his emotions have gotten the best. I see how this happened. Okay. He does start, Dr. Drew asks him about like divorcing his parents, basically interviewing him the whole time. And, he says that Rachel reminds him of his first love, Megan. And I love you too. Thank you so much for stopping in, dear Dana. So he starts talking about his first love, Megan, and he says that it reminds him of her, which is weird. And he said he was so obsessed with oh God, my notes. Hold on, sorry. We gotta go to the chat thing. He was so obsessed with Rachel, it was like a drug to him, right? So I get that, but I kind of don't understand. I still have one like question for him, which I'm on his Patreon. Don't be mad at me. Don't give me the love. Don't do all that. I still have a question for him about on his Patreon is why was he so mad and why is he so angry at Ariana? I understand that you were not in a real relationship, whatever. You felt like you were he said like they were friends and he had a lot of resentment towards the relationship, him and Ariana, but the resentment towards the relationship. So I don't understand why it's resentment towards her, right? But Dr. Drew brings up like the fact that he's not a narcissist. So he asks him, he does the questionnaire, he does narcissist test, and he gets that he passes it where I guess you're not a narcissist. I guess that's passing. And so Dr. Drew says to him, like, he has all these insecurities, right? And his family dynamics, and he's always been insecure, and that he is very selfish, right? And he has empathy, but it's more for himself. Like, I don't know. He talks about like everything that was leading up to him and Rachel Raquel, right? So the fact that he was starting to get attention from Rachel, he said the second that Rachel Raquel started to show him attention, which is what he said that she came on to him. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. Dr. Drew seems to think that like, his parents' divorce right affected him, which I think it affects a lot of people. Like my parents are divorced, it affected me too. I didn't cheat on my husband or my person for 10 years. He acknowledges, like, Tom says, like, he basically was wrong, and then that he was just angry at his relationship with her, which to me, if you're angry at your relationship with her, like, he just said he couldn't, every time he would go to break up with her, he couldn't. Like, these episodes it's basically like Tom in therapy. He tries to, like, run the show a little bit, and it just doesn't work. He says he has obsessive compulsive behavior, and this is what Dr. Drew's telling him, and I know that. I have it too. He said he felt very insecure in high school, and like, his parents' divorce made his mom have to live in an apartment, so he felt like he was like lower middle class, and like, I don't know, like all this shit making him insecure. He's insecure about sex, he's insecure about that, and he said that he felt like Ariana just made him feel inadequate. And that when he met Rachel, it was like they were like, supporting her, and he's talking to Dr. Drew about going to her pageants and how nobody was there, and he's like, she was starting to get her voice, and he's like, it was attractive to me, and it's like it was nice to see her. And she's like, and at first he's like, I was trying to hook her up with shorts, and Dr. Drew's like, yeah, well, like, what happened? And he's like, I don't know, like, he's like, I just started to fall for her. He's like, I guess I never got the attention. He said he stopped getting attention from Ariana. To me, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, Ariana has a completely different story. It's just, to me, he's digging in really. Now, see, he was also saying too that like his mom had the money, they had the money to invest. So they weren't expecting a huge return. They were just going to have, they were just going to make money on the business. But he also said that he had to go on that tour. He said that he needed the money right when that tour was already booked, and he had lost Winter House, as doctor, and at the time he needed the money. Like, he was losing sponsors. So when he didn't go on Winter House, he's like, what am I going to do? Like, I had to go on my tour. My bandmates need the money. I need the money. Yeah. And that I understand that. Like, I get it. Like, he also said it too. Like, she threatened to kill herself. But again, then you can't do anything else. Like, if you know that, then don't go one ahead and sleep with her best friend. Because if you think breaking up with her is going to make her kill herself, like unalive herself, can imagine like this? You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to watch it. It's hard for me to watch Sandoval and him act like the old Sandoval. Okay. And I say the old Sandoval, I see glimpses of the Tom that I'm going to say I was obsessed with him. Like, I just thought he was like the best thing. Like, I just thought he was like the best friend, like a good friend, a good boyfriend, a good human. I'm like, if Lisa Vanderpump is investing in him, like, he's a good dude. That's the way I always thought. Like, I'm like, I'm on his Patreon and he responds to his Patreon people. And I haven't looked back. Maybe I'll look right now. But he said, ask me any kind of question in Patreon and I will make a video and answer it, right? Yeah. I do. And he also said too, like, he felt like a brand. Like, all his excuses are just very selfish. But when he said that Rachel Raquel, and he was so obsessed with it, it was like a drug. He also said that he stopped drinking last April. He has said he has not drank no alcohol since last April. Now he says alcohol. I would like to know if there was anything else that he was doing, because I had that 2 questions I asked in Patreon were, I said, first of all, tell me my own business if these aren't questions you want to answer. But why does it appear that you are so angry at Ariana? Like, what did she do? Is it are you just misplaced anger? Because, like, are you just angry at the relationship because you felt like it was gone and you couldn't do anything about it? He said he felt stuck. And he said all he could do was think about, yes. All he could do is think about her, which is like an obsessive compulsive behavior, because now he was so in love with her. Now they're not together. So what happened? You know what I mean? Like, I feel bad for her, but I only felt bad for her because I thought that she was going away to get mental health. I really thought that she was not going to come back, that her mental health was more important. And really, she would have taken more money and she would have been back on the show. You know what I mean? Like, she would have taken a paycheck. So to me, you didn't really give a fuck about your mental health. But do I think she should have just came back? Yeah, definitely. Because, everybody forgave fucking Sandoval, basically, it seems like to me anyway. And just like Taylor didn't go away on Southern Charm. She's not going away. She's not hiding. And you know what? Once it's you acknowledge it, right? And everybody said, okay, then everybody knows that, they're talking about it. I mean, does that make them stop talking about it? I don't know. But the fact that, I don't know. I guess Ariana, like, I just go back to Ariana and I think, like, I know that she'll probably never forgive him. She's the one, to her, he was fucking nasty to her, really nasty. And he said he can't even, like, he said he can't even imagine himself in his same shoes as he was last year and doing what he did. And he's like, it was just like, it took over his life. And to me, I don't know, like, again, at your age too, like, you can't just have an affair. I mean, you can, but I mean, you got to have some kind of end game, right? And I think, like, his selfishness of him wanting to go in Winter House, that's another reason. Like, he just kept, like, he basically saying that Rachel Raquel wanted him to tell her right away and wanted to do it right away. And he just kept saying, no, it wasn't the right time. It wasn't the right time. And it's like, do I think maybe he didn't even want to break up with Ariana? Maybe he really never wanted to break up with her. But when he has, Dr. Drew's on there, and, Dr. Drew is trying to understand him. Dr. Drew said he didn't watch the show, but he kind of understood what happened. He heard a lot about it on Special Forces. Schwartz is there, and, somebody said, why Schwartz, like, he seems like a hanger-oner. And it's like, even, like, he's like, I'm learning about my friend. Because even Schwartz is kind of like, I guess, trying to understand him and what happened. Because to me, he's not the same person. He wasn't the same person. And he kind of seems like that's what he is. Like, he's kind of coming back to the Tom that he showed us. Oh, Shay! Oh my God, they announced it. I didn't know if they announced it or not. They did announce it? Oh my God. Congratulations, Frank and Brittany. Britt, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited for you. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so glad. Oh my God, they announced it. I'm sitting here thinking about it for a long time. I'm thinking about it for like 2 days. And I'm like, I wonder if they're going to announce that. When they're going to announce it. Yay! Congratulations. Frank, oh my God. And you know what? Frank, I'm so proud of you, dude. Think about it, Frank. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of Frank. Oh, Britt, I'm so happy for you. They're such a good couple. And yes. I can't believe it. I love it so much. Oh yeah, I love it so much. I love it so much. But so yes, all right, moving on. We'll talk about it in a minute because now I want to talk about it. Say that's it. But he has Nikki Glaser on. Now she is freaking hilarious. But Jolene thinks that he hired. So Jolene thinks that he brought her on there to roast him because it's like she roasts the shit out of him. She roasts the shit out of him. Dr. Drew kind of understands him and he tries to explain him. He explains Tom's behavior to us. He says he's not a narcissist, that, the people that are accusing him of being a narcissist are just naysayers. Like, oh, see, I knew it. Like, we're not going to name names, but a certain party was like, I knew you were this person, blah, 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 blah. And, you have James who's forgiven him. You have, oh my God, I guess fan on. You have James who's forgiven him. And hanging out with him when they're not filming. So I know that part's not for filming. I don't know how Sheena and Lala feel about him. At this point, Lala, I don't really, I haven't paid really much attention to what was going on with her. Yeah, I don't know. This is a boring episode, guys. I'm sorry about that. I actually have nudes. I was ready. Like, I don't know. I have not too much more to say about Southern Charm. Like, it's starting to get pretty boring. The whole stuff with Austin, like, okay, you hooked up with Taylor and it's kind of fucked up and you hook up with people's boyfriends. So it's like Southern Charm is another Vanderpump, except just not that. It hasn't gotten that serious yet. It probably could get there. But, say they have a relationship, like, oh God, it's just weird. I don't know. The whole thing, Taylor and Austin, I don't know. It's weird. But Madison's not happy about it. So, any other Jersey gossip? Well, I've got 10 minutes. It's 46. Yeah. So if anybody who started you on podcast side, this is a bonus episode. Feel free to just check the timestamps and all that because I just went into a bunch of different stuff. Southern Charm and Mistresses Monday, which is Sandovals Podcast. It's basically, like I said, they're like fucking with him, interviewing him. And he just starts to open up and like, he just said, I don't know. He had to have been on more than alcohol. Like, maybe not, but he said that he performs, he's been sober, no alcohol for over a year. No, I'm sorry, last April. So, and he does everything. I don't know, but maybe he's on something else. Maybe he's on Adderall. I don't know. I don't know if there's something else he was on last year that made him, because he's always been a drinker, right? So whatever changed his personality, he just says it was like, basically out of the blue, he just felt wanted again, like, I guess. And something when people cheat, it's just, again, something's lacking in that other relationship. Not that it's that person's fault, but like, I don't know. I'm not blaming Ariana. Tom, as his age, he says he's 40. They ask him and he says 40 again. And I'm like, dude, how many times are you going to turn 40? I swear this dude's been 40 for like 3 years. I don't know. But let's see. Was it Brittany Pistol ring? I haven't seen it yet. Now, you guys know that I don't really talk about New Jersey, Real Housewives of New Jersey, but there's so much fucking going on. There is so much going on. And, good and bad, good and bad. I don't know. I feel like we need the new ladies that are not the ones that you saw later. There's other new ladies there that are filming right now. I don't know if I can even talk about Posh Fashion Show. I don't know. A lot of stuff happened, but I guess Kim is talking about her fashion show, but I don't know. I'm glad that Brittany and Frank are engaged. That's cool. I'm telling you, they should have had season 1 dating the Catanias because I love Paulie. I love the 4 of them together. Dolores and Paulie and Brittany and Frank. And then season 2, engaged to the Catanias. But now we're ahead of the game. Season 3, marrying the Catanias. Okay. Season 4, having grandchildren with the Catanias. You know what I'm saying? We don't need New Jersey. We don't need the franchise. Okay. I mean, it's nice, but we need to move on. It's going to be another, like, oh God, it's going to be another thing. I don't know. Yay, Frank and Brittany. I apologize. Yeah. Let's move on. I'll talk a little bit about Jersey. Let's see what's going on. Let's look at Brandy's ring. I'll pull it up if I can. I'm so proud of you, Frank. Good job. Yay. Good. Oh, I love it. Britt. Oh, I love it. Guys, that ring's beautiful. Okay, well, they announced it in front how they did it. Okay, they announced it in us. Look at her ring. You go, girl. She's beautiful. You guys know how young she is? You guys know how young Brittany is? But she's an old soul. She's an old soul. But yeah. All right, guys. I'm sorry about this. Like, it's a boring episode. I should have been more. I mean, there's nothing really to talk about. There is, but I don't really want to go into Jersey stuff. I'm happy for them. It's cool. I'm just glad. Like, there's just, you know, a lot of bad things. Sorry. I was saying any messages. But yeah, I don't know. Southern Charm's boring. And, you know, Tom Sandovals, I'm getting in trouble because I'm liking it. I'm now like, I started to fall for it. I'm just going to say this. I understand why he did what he did, but it was wrong. And would he do it all over again? He would do it differently. He said he would do it differently, obviously. Hindsight's 2020. But he made a lot of bad decisions for like a really long time. And he was like, I was in this dark place and I was wearing all black and I was wearing a black nail polish. Like, I don't know. He's like, it was like the dark night of the soul, I guess. Shannon's. I did not watch New York. I don't watch New York. Let's see what's going on. What's going on? Shannon. Are we talking about Shannon Bedore? What's going on here? What's going on here? What's going on here? Let's see. Oh, Brett, I'm so excited. I heard Shannon got really. She lose her license or something? When she went to court or something? Let me see. Look at me. I don't pay attention. 3 times the legal limit. Woo, Shannon. 3 times the legal limit, girl. Hey, you made a lot of bad decisions too. You got in your car with your dog. You hit a house and broke your arm. I mean, poor Archie. Like, hello, did he break an arm? I hope he didn't break a paw. It's just crazy. Like, That's crazy. I don't watch New York. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I was asking. I don't know if you meant like her thing or something. For DUI. 3 times the legal limit. She got charged. So what happened in court though? I mean, she's charged. She's gonna lose her license because that's. Yep. Wow. She was on the phone. No. She tried to call an Uber. She said or something like that. Oh, blood alcohol level. Oh my God. 3 times the legal limit. The fact that she told the police that she was just walking her dog, she was drunk as fuck. Like, she was a fucking wasted. And listen, she hangs out with Taylor and Taylor's husband. They're alcoholics, man. Taylor's a mess. Taylor's a wino and a pillhead, allegedly. She acts like a nutcase. The way she acts is crazy. And, you know, the fact that, oh my God, she's extremely apologetic. This is Shannon. I'm reading this from ET. Extremely apologetic. We'll be waiting the official information, blah, blah, blah. She accepts full responsibility. She acts like it's an accident, though, or a mistake. She's like, I'm not in any position to comment. But she's going on her tour, though. But she's doing the tour with Vicky. I intend to be open, honest. You're an alcoholic, Shannon, and you should never drink again. My opinion is you should never drink again. That's just what I'm saying. Because at your age, you know better. There is no way this is the first time you got in your car drunk. You cannot control yourself because you act like a nutcase because of John. And I guarantee it, she was having a flip out moment, driving all like, you know, not paying a fuck attention, breaks her goddamn arm. Yes, she needs to learn out. She can't handle, you know, she obviously is broken. And she sat there and she talked shit on Gina and didn't remember. The things that she doesn't remember too. Like, I don't know how you break your fucking arm in an accident and then you try to walk like you're walking. How did that hurt? Like, how do you not, like, are you hurt? Were you not hurt? Tell the cops you're, I mean, I'm serious. Like, you don't say, oh, my arm. I don't know, man. It was crazy. And, you know, Jeff Lewis is like, she made a mistake. I'm like, she made a left turn, a right turn. That's a mistake. When you make a wrong turn, that's a mistake. It's not like she had a little too much to drink at dinner and she like got pulled over for a broken taillight and she got a DWI. She done did this herself. But anyway, who am I? The fucking morality police? No. I'm just in recovery. I've learned my lessons. Believe me, I've lost my license in 2007. I lost my license in 2007. 207. I can't even say it. 27. Oh my God, I lost my license in 2007. Jesus. Whoa, Krista, I'm not even that high. I lost my license in 2007 and I still have not gotten it back. So I know exactly what she's like. I have, yeah, everything's paid off. My fines are about $10,000 in fines. I can get my license back. I just can't pass my test. That you get fucked. Okay. When you lose your license for more than 3 years, you have to retake your test in New Jersey and I can't pass it. Yes, exactly. I guess, exactly. That's it too. Like you really did. You broke your arm. That's a fucking serious accident. You know what I'm saying? That is a serious accident. And the fact that she had her dog, I don't know. Like, why are you jumping in the car and just, she about killed. I know. Remember, I know. And she's like, I know. She's a hypochondriac for one. But like the fact that she had that broken arm and she acted like she just, I don't know. Again, she was drinking. She probably doesn't remember saying all that. That's a problem for me. Because, the fact that there's other people on the road, like I'm joking about it, but it's not really that funny. Because she could have hit, maybe that person, what if she would have went through the house? She's lucky. She is so lucky. She also, Uber, exactly. She said she couldn't get an Uber. I'm sorry, what? I've never heard of that in my life. Unless you're out in the mile, like I never heard of that in my life. Okay, I can't get an Uber. Shit. I mean, there's Lyft. You literally just don't drink and drive. And like I said, I am not the morality. I have been fucked up. I was fucked up for 27 years, like a really long time on not alcohol. I never drank. I did drugs, and I drove. Not smart. I went out a lot. I was always out, and I would drive my car. Not smart. I am lucky to be alive. There's so many times I should not have woken up. And I count my blessings all the time. I do not do anything wrong. I literally 10 and 2. Like if I do drive, I'd like 10 and 2. Like the worst you'll see me do. Honestly, I don't even throw cigarettes out the window. I don't smoke, but I don't even throw trash. I don't do anything. I never want to, like, I am so grateful that I can even get my license back because I understand, like, I am so lucky that I didn't hurt anybody. Like, there's no excuse for me driving all those years. And that's the same thing with Shannon. But like, again, I was in my 30s. I would never do that now. I learned my lesson. Like I never got a DUI, but I would just not do that nowadays. Like you just don't do that. And especially when you're on a reality show. The consequences, the risks for the consequences are just too much. Like there's too much risk. But that's in an hour. Sorry. Bravo, Mistress Mondays. Not really much to say. The episode was good, Southern Charm, but it's all the same thing every week. And now that Olivia's, we're getting over Olivia's brother passing away, back to why Taylor hooked up with Austin. But there's no, Austin says, I think Austin's in love with her. I think JT's in love with Taylor. JT probably wants to be with Taylor. Jeez. I know you didn't mean to write all that. Hit the sun remind me. It's happened to, there's a house, it's like on a V, like down the street, so it V's off or whatever. And the house in the middle, oh my God, that house has been hit so many times by drinkers because our street is a cut through. And you cut through and then you get down and you can go left or right. And it's like, somebody even hit out here. I'm on a corner. Somebody even hit out here. It's not, I'm playing my hair to get my nerves. But again, I know. I know. I'm tired. Don't worry about it. But I have alcoholics all through my in my life. Like I've dealt with alcoholics, I've dealt with drug addicts. I'm an addict. I get that, but I don't think Shannon is an alcoholic. Well, Shannon's an alcoholic, but it's not like she drinks at home. I don't know. Maybe she does, but apparently she drinks every night. She's at the bar, at the end of the bar. I don't know what the one it's called that Taylor and her husband are always at, but Taylor acted the way that Taylor acted on OC between her and Shannon. Like, how embarrassing. Stop drinking because you're acting like fools. Like, you just look at your age. I don't know. Taylor's daughter has to see that. Think about that. Her daughter has to see that. Her mom acted like that. And imagine what that poor woman does in her house. she acted like a wino weirdo, oh God, the way she was talking, just her, I'm so famous and I know all these rich people. She was just a mess. She was obviously on pills. It's just sad, I feel like at their age, yeah, like they definitely, yeah. I don't think Taylor was definitely, Taylor's just poor broken. She's just broken, the poor girl. That was her problem. I don't know what the thing with Whitney was about. I don't know. My God, I don't know. I thank God Whitney is not a pig. But if that would have happened with any other, like, think about it. Taylor is kind of getting away with this. Madison's like, I would have been crucified. Any other show, they would have crucified her. And it seems like maybe because she's heading in head on, she's not running from it. Maybe that's why they're giving her a pass. I don't know. The women are definitely not giving her a pass. And that's kind of where that ended. So I know, Terry, it's okay. Yeah, her behavior is not as off. Like, isn't it like the confessionals, like, are so cocky. They're so cocky. It's like maybe because she's excusing it. She doesn't have an excuse. So it's like, how you get defensive, but Shannon too. Shannon always, it was annoying on that reunion. I was like, she did apologize. Like, Shannon did apologize. She did apologize. She did. They were just like, she does make excuses, but in her excuses, there's an apology. Yeah, her behavior was weird. You're right. Mimi, you were talking about Taylor, right? Oh my God, it was so whack. It was whack. I don't know how to use my screen share. I want to like pull it up, but it was the way she was acting when she was like all over the plate, like her mouth, like the way her mouth was moving. I don't know, but I guess, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go, I guess. So yeah, because I'm like, oh, of course I'm antsy and shit. I don't know. A long weekend. I didn't feel I had a really bad night last night. I don't sleep well at all, guys. I get up at 3:45 with my husband, but sometimes I can't. I have a really bad night. When I mean, like, I can't sleep. It's just bad. I don't feel well, and like it happens. It goes in like episodes. It's weird, but it was happened this morning, and I'm really tired. I was dragging all day, and I was surprised I even made it here. I was actually early, but I was like getting on because I fucking with my hair. But anyway, guys, anything else? This is a bonus episode for Whose Side Are You On? Whoever's watching. I see you guys on Facebook, Twitter, and all the new people, which is odd to me. I guess I don't know. It's like they subscribe and then they never come back. It's fine. I'm not monetized here, so like, thank you for the numbers. I appreciate all of it. I do this for fun. I don't do this for money. I do this because I'm passionate about reality TV and the characters that it creates. I'm passionate about like trying to figure out what makes them do the things they do, because at first I'm like, it was great watching it for reality TV, watching it for drama, and then like you get emotionally invested in the characters all these years. You want to figure out why, you feel like you want to fix them. But I think like I give a different perspective. I try to look at their situation. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I kind of excuse everybody's behavior too, because I've acted like a fool too. But my behavior was wrong, and that, I guess, not an excuse, but it's hard. It's hard. Like I feel bad. I feel bad for Taylor. I feel bad for Shannon. I feel bad for Sandoval. I feel bad for Ariana. I just feel like it was a fucked up, shitty situation. And, Shep and Taylor, I don't think they meant to break up. And yes, exactly. Like, we like these characters. Like, we like them, and it's hard to watch them. Like, look at me. I won't talk about Real Housewives of New Jersey. Because it's like, I know shit. I know what's really going on. And I'm like, oh, God, people. But, like, makes me crazy. Mr. Lobster Man. All right, guys. All right, let me get out of here because I'm a wacky as fuck right now. And I'm live. And, yeah, I'm probably going to piss a lot of people off today. Sorry about that. But I love you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. And everybody have a great day. Thank you for watching, being here, commenting. Thank you for replaying. Thank you for not making fun of me for being antsy and playing with my hair the whole time and whatever else I do, because I can't help it. But I love you guys, and thank you for being here. And I will be back on Friday. to talk about Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills. And I'm not giving up on Erica. I'm going down that rabbit hole. I'm telling you right now, Tom Sr. And I'm going to ask Dana Wilkie if I can bring her. I want to ask her if she'll give me some receipts to bring out here because I need to show you guys. I really do. Okay. I love you. You did enjoy it. Thank you. I enjoy you all because you guys don't laugh at me. And you guys are all fabulous. Have a great day. And what? Tomorrow's Halloween. So happy Halloween. Happy holidays. And I'm getting my studio ready. So I will see you guys soon. Friday, please come back. And congratulations, Frank and Brittany. Yay, they did it. All right, guys. I will talk to you soon. Please comment, like, subscribe, replay Clue. I see your comments and all that crap. Yeah, we talk. It's all good. See you guys in the chat too. And goodbye.